Hey everybody, and welcome back to Great is Good Tarot. Hope you're doing well and trying to keep out of mischief. This is, I have to say, bullying at this point. This reading has been suggested by Pamela, Barbara, Carol, Wendy, Ono, Luwray, Cool Chris. Who calls themselves cool? Who told you could be cool, Chris? Sarah, Victoria, Karen, and 38 upvotes in the comments and stuff like that, suggesting for future readings. It's bullying at this point. It is bullying. All asking about whether or not is there some sort of weather manipulation going on? Is it normal for the amount of rain happening? Is it, are the droughts normal? What's going on? Are things happening? This, that, and the other. I heard you. I've heard you. You can stop asking now, my loves. It is happening right now. If you're new here, they bully me. If you're new here, this is going to be a current events reading, which is what we do over here, as well as prediction readings, so that we can be unburdened by certain subjects and news and that kind of stuff, so we can focus on our personal growth. Personal development, which is all about the timeless collective readings. When you see them in your recommended feed, that is when there's normally a message in there for you. And the general vibe readings, which I have to say are my favorite readings to do, are specifically a Village Elite YouTube membership exclusive. Try and say that fast. They also get additional prediction readings and also additional current event readings. If you fancy coming to join, there's only one level. You're either in it or you don't. That's simple as that. And it pays for the coffee fuel, all the fuel of the coffee. So if you would like to support us on a monthly basis, that's how you do it. And thank you so much indeed for that. So the link in the doobly-doo, and there's also a join button on the profile or the channel, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so thank you very much indeed for that. Get out of the way. Little footnote, little doobly-doo, whatnot, because quite frankly, this is we need to make sure that we're on the right page here, okay? Because I realised and I noticed that this suggestion kept coming in concerning the Spanish floods and all that kind of stuff and going on. So let's put that into perspective so we're not crossing streams. Ha ha ha. You'll see why I'm laughing in a sec. So this is a report from gov.uk from 2015 about the Environment Agency celebrating that we're going to restore the rivers to their natural glory and all that kind of stuff. The BBC via their Future Planet. This is bbc.co.uk/future if you're interested, even though it is technically part of the BBC Studios kind of worldwide thing. How restoring rivers' natural curves can prevent flooding. You've then also got damremoval.eu, where they're removing, and it is European policy, to remove dams so that we can restore the yumminess of the thingy-bob, and that was in April 2024. Euronews, this is why a record-breaking year of dam removals is good news, everybody, for Europe's wildlife. Notice not Spanish plane. Why is Europe dismantling its dams? Future Planet again. And this is International Water Power and Dam Construction. Wow, waterpowermagazine.com. Wow, you can tell there's like a spring in their step when they wake up for this kind of stuff. A record-breaking surge as nearly 500 dams are removed across Europe in 2023, a report reveals. Can you see where I'm going with this in Spain? Yeah, it's European policy. So now we've got that out the way, let's get into the weather manipulation and stuff like that. And is it going on for what's happening and all that jazz for the greatest good for all concerned? Thank you. Always be appreciative. Yeah, it's one of those days. You know what I mean? It's one of those days. But I hope it's happening across Europe, even here in the UK, as you saw. So it's everywhere. It is happening everywhere. Star card, divinely guided. Star card, divinely guided, waking up to the shenanigans, it feels like. Let's have a look at these. Beyond card. For the new boys and girls, there's 3 types of arcana in this deck. There is the minor arcana, the major arcana, and as I like to call it, the epic arcana. The voice is optional. But this is when your soul, your third eye, higher self, higher being are all in alignment. You're resonating at a higher frequency. Okay, so this is lovely. Very, very good. Wish coming true. 9 of Cups. Very, very gorgeous. And commitment. This doesn't feel like anything like weather manipulation, worldwide tomfoolery, stuff like that. This feels more about us waking up to this. Us kind of realising what the tomfoolery and silliness and malarkey is happening behind closed doors. Wheel of Fortune, upright, feeling very positive. Good luck, good karma, good destiny. There's challenges ahead with the 7 of Matches, and there is the betrayals. There is the 10 of Swords, the backstabbing, the manipulation, the tomfoolery. End of a cycle, though. 10 of Swords. But it's going to be a challenge to get them back in their box kind of energy. Strength card, so that we are actually, doing the good luck, good karma, good destiny, Wheel of Fortune, pushing ahead, challenging what people are saying. Oh, the science is in and all that kind of stuff. Is the science in about removing the dams that are preventing the floods in the first place? Is that the science that's in? I don't know. But that's what we got here with the Strength card. Knight of Cups. There's going to be kind of a flippant kind of offer that feels feels a bit slimy, politician-y type energy there. And then the King of Swords listens to his court. He listens to his advisors and then takes informed, educated decisions. I feel as if this base reading, if you're new here, we level up from here to get more detail and more information and stuff. This base reading is very much the turning point. The turning point of realizing that, like, as an example, like I made, you may have noticed my PowerPoint presentation of dealing with like the dams and the kind of all the rivers have to go back to natural state and stuff like that. It's causing misery and mayhem and crazy, and that's what the betrayal is and that kind of stuff. Overarching energy. There we go. The anxiety, the hopelessness, the worry. This feels on both sides, to be honest with you. Even though we're here like this, you and me, scum class, we're all like that, and the elites are like this. I feel like this is a majority of the population, kind of this worry. It's like, why aren't we not doing, why is this happening? It doesn't make any sense, especially if you're a farmer. Then obviously, how am I going to water my crops? How am I going to do this and the other? And it's that kind of energy. Underlying energy. Reviewing the 3 of Wands. Reviewing the situation. Reviewing this, yes. So things are changing. Things are happening. So now we've got the baseline. Let's get into some more detail and stuff like that. How is this going with the weather manipulation? Where's this going? Can you give us more detail, please? For the greatest good for all concerned. Thank you. Always be appreciative. Mm-hmm. Okay. And just a quick little reminder, as the queue is empty at the moment over at the shop, greatestgoodtarot.com/shop is the only place that you can actually get private personal readings from me. If you're interested, if you're inspired, then please go across there. You only need to do step 1 and step 2 the first time you're initiating your account, just so that you can log back in. You have a username and password to log back in to actually access your reading after it's done. And then from that point onwards, you can just log back in with your village ID. That's what we call it. And go from there. So they're just subtle. Go away. Subtle. So, taken by force. Rulership, handover. This is what we're having here. Surprise attack, people waking up again. This keeps coming up in the last couple of readings, keeps coming up. This people realizing how bad things are, why that bad things are, that kind of thing. Fake news. This is what it's going to be branded as. Oh, it's just fake news. Even though we've just literally just gone through the news reporting it. Oh no, it's not. It's climate change. I don't know why that voice is like that. Oh no, it's just. The science. Well, you keep causing mischief. But it's taken by force, feels like, through legislative and all that kind of stuff. I'm being drawn to the sword he's holding, that truth, knowledge, wisdom, information, that kind of stuff. So it feels as if that all this legislation is what's been taken over here. Energy weapon. Notice we've woken up again. We're not taking... so we've got the surprise, what the deuce kind of thing. This kind of craziness of what's going on, how is this happening, what the hell's going on, why does it not make any sense? And then there's the fake news to try and justify, oh no, the weather and stuff and reasons. Then there's this second wave of truly realizing who's at fault here. And I keep getting this, and I don't know if it's for this reading or for another reading. That obviously hasn't happened yet for me, but may have happened already for you, where it keeps coming up saying, well, if anyone says to you, oh, I'm just doing my job, they are part of the problem. I'm just doing my job, and you are the problem. Okay, it keeps coming up as a download. So I just needed to, I don't know if it's this here, what this energy kind of like, you are the problem. All for money, exactly. Realizing how badly this is. Stay put. Act now. Yeah, hold your ground is what I'm getting with the stay put. And then suddenly imprisoned, detained. The truth is coming out again. Over and over and over again in different directions and stuff like that. And I think this is why we need, like, as you and me, scum class, we do need to get more organised. We do need to have, like, specialists in certain things clubbing together to sort stuff out. You know what I mean? But they're detained. This is the elites, the people, the ones in expensive suits lording it over. That they're now detained. The information is coming out. They've been bragging about it. I've just shared you a few websites bragging about it. It's that kind of thing. Deep water. Heavy rain, floods. Yep. It's all part of design. It's all, remember, and this was another download that I kept getting, so I'm just going to share it, and I don't know if it fits here or not. Remember, these are the same people that are constantly, and they do all the little TED Talks, and they do all that kind of thing, where they're like, oh, the biggest problem is overpopulation. We've got overpopulation. What does that actually mean? What does their actions actually mean? What does that actually what are they doing to prevent the overpopulation? Through education, through, policies, through all that kind of stuff. What have they done? And I'm leaving it up to you to kind of resonate on and stuff. What have they done to lower the population as much as possible? We've got a donation here, offering donation. There is going to be something coming back. This offering, it does feel quite like a blessing. Innocent, truthful. Wow. This offering is doesn't feel like it's going to be enough, but it's a start. It's one of them ones. Okay, now we've got the second line, like second base level, right? Let's go to the next level. Oh, many, many expensive cardboard pieces. Oh. So if you're enjoying this reading, please thummy like. That is always like such a blessing and genuinely helps out the channel so much. Also, a quick thank you to all the knights and dames of Spamalot, as we like to call them, that particular group of people in the Greatest Good Village that consistently share the videos on other platforms and other kind of social media stuff and all that malarkey. Thank you for your kindness and taking out a little kind of couple of seconds out of your day to just, support the village like that and the channel like that. Thank you so much. It's such a blessing, everyone doing that. It's so cool. And if you're new here and you kind of enjoy it and you want to stick around, then you can always subscribe and ding-a-ling that bell. It's free. It is free. It is nice. So let's find out. Where's this going? And some advice, please. So it's definitely, just to answer this, the reading on the worldwide manipulation malarkey to tomfoolery, it's definitely happening. It's in plain sight now. Previously, it's like, oh, we need to do this and all that kind of stuff. And I just, as you saw, focused on Spain and the dams and stuff like that. There are multiple different avenues of what they have done for wildlife and rewilding and climate change and all that kind of stuff. Okay. I've just taken the easy one because that was the one that seemed to spark it all. Okay. But this is why we're having these two levels of awakening, understanding, truly getting the concept of it, fitting it all together. 9 of Cups, wish come true. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles feels like being very mumsy, kind of protecting our community, local community to us, working together in that kind of thing. Not kind of an overarching kind of government organization kind of malarkey. It's more about, no, we need this and we need that and we're going to work together and we're going to get this sorted and stuff like that in a better way, kind of like a more localized thing instead of imposed. Victory, success. Wheel of Fortune over the fake news. The fake news, the mainstream media is, just an update on that. CNN, I think, is up for sale. MSNBC is definitely up for sale. Time magazine is up for sale. There's a few others as well, and that's just America that I know of, right? So it's just, they're all crumbling. They're all, because people are realizing, there are some programs and channels that have lost 60% of their viewership in America right now. 60%. That's crazy. And obviously then they're not getting the advertisers and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, so the Wheel of Fortune is turning upright. That feels very positive yet again. The Empress here, sitting in her throne, her harvest surrounding her fruits of her labor and stuff like that. So that's knowledge base, skill set, understanding, concepts, all that kind of stuff. You're kind of feeling like everything you've accumulated over life, yeah, your friends, family, contacts, all that kind of stuff as well. It's just everything. So it's working together here and realizing the actual wealth of empowerment, wealth of knowledge, understanding, because we have a hell of a lot in common, it feels like. It's just that we've constantly been put into different, divide and divide again. The Emperor, the power couple there, taking our throne again. This feels very much like kind of us truly understanding the yin and yang, back and forth, black and white, left and right, up and down, that kind of, that balance act that we have as we move forward. So it's not just about imposing different policies, but it's actually a genuine change of how we interact with nature and stuff like that. I feel like here it's very much like people genuinely kind of, not that they're peer pressured or bullied or anything like that, but still have to be consumers. Instead, it's much more of a yin and yang, back and forth energy I'm getting there. A different approach, a different way of doing it. Instead of sitting on our backsides watching Netflix all day. You know what I mean? It's that kind of like we're genuinely invested in it. The Moon card here, there's other stuff. The other shoe hasn't dropped yet for this Detained. For the new boys and girls, we always see where the cards are laying down on top of each other. So that's why the Moon card here is very much, there's more hidden secrets. There's more kind of hidden pools of money and what they've done with it and stuff like that. That needs to be exposed. reviewing where we want to go next. This is exactly going back to what I was saying over here with us, where we're deciding what changes do we need to make in our own family, our own existence. Yeah, if you're, and I'm purposely choosing this example. I'm pulling it out of my Flappy Bot as an example, just to be extreme. Okay, just to give a perfect example. If both parents are working, then obviously someone else has to look after the kids. Yeah, and do you see what I'm saying? So the parents are constantly away, working themselves to an early grave kind of thing. Yet it's now someone else's responsibility, bunny flops. Do you know what I mean? Getting paid or whatever, or through the state or whatever. Instead of finding a better solution where both parents can be much more hands-on with the kid, as well as working, as well as just much more of a work-life balance in that respect. Making those choices about, okay, if we're off-grid, like I am here, all the lights and camera and the laptop and all that, it's all powered by solar and a battery bank, right? If we're off-grid, that's X amount per month we don't need to pay on bills. So that's X amount we don't technically have to work for anymore. Do you see what I'm saying? It's that kind of rebalancing, refocusing on different ways of doing things instead of this kind of, because everyone should know, if you don't, education coming in 3, 2. Henry Ford, with all his factories and stuff, invented the 9 to 5. And it's just nicked from there and taken on. It doesn't mean that we have to actually work 9 to 5. How many times, in offices, half the time, people are twiddling their thumbs, especially if it's like peak and troughs and seasonal kind of projects and work and things like that. But we're forced to do this 9 to 5 malarkey. You see what I'm saying? It's that kind of rethinking about how this works here. Yeah? 9 of Swords again. 9 of Swords, 9 of Swords. Yeah, it's very much, it's all unraveling. This is the WEF, this is the EU, this is the elites, this is the worry. Notice that here, it's very much calling them to account. Yeah. Over here, this was both of us, both sides. It's falling apart. What can we do to fix it? Meanwhile, we're kind of being pressured and trapped and all that kind of thing. It's a different way of resolving it. And the last card, Tower. There you go. End of this weather tomfoolery. Overarching energy. The burden's gone. Hold on. What's that one there? Hold on. See that? Do you see that? I think that's the 10. I think that's the 10 of Pentacles. It is the 10 of Pentacles. This feels like the resources of the earth, weather going back to normal, that kind of thing, stopping this constant net zero kind of BS. Instead of it's much more of a more balanced approach for multiple generations. The burden's over. We're not being manipulated as much anymore. It's a much easier way. 5 of Wands, it's going to be a bit of a challenge. We've got, where was the challenge over here? I'm sure we saw a challenge. There was challenge, wasn't there? There was 7 of Wands. I'm generally gone mad. I have gone crazy. But anyway, it's that kind of, it's going to be a bit of fisticuffs kind of thing. Back and forth, but it's definitely going to come to conclusion. And it's definitely falling apart. Everything's falling apart. All their great works are falling apart. And it's this reclaiming. Yeah. This is the important thing here, because and what I will say about this weather stuff, as well as other things that we've been talking about, is the Empress and the Emperor here and the reviewing of stuff. Like I said, it's much more of a balanced approach. Now that things are like on demand, like media and things like that, I can see that people are kind of a lot more kind of on the land, working their own kind of areas, that going back to that small holding homestead kind of malarkey a lot more, or working together in that sort of respect, generally kind of involving and then they can go and like have the modern loveliness, and then going back to whatever they want to do. Do you see what I mean? It's much more of a creative kind of bohemian-y kind of style of things. I think that's the next shift. That's the next kind of maneuver. Here we go. Truth, knowledge, and wisdom for this spread, please. Truth, knowledge, and wisdom for this spread, please. Because I'm being really drawn to that kind of. It's almost like kind of harvest celebrations. Kind of a box of you used to go when you were at school, kind of thing, and you'd like go in with like a couple of tins of baked beans and things for the harvest celebration. It's that kind of energy. But I just noticed that the experiment card down the bottom here, the experiment is over. The experiment to try and, because everything is being manipulated via weather. You know, 20 mile an hour kind of road stuff, speed limits. That's because of climate and net zero. Loss of industry, that's because of net zero. We need to net zero. But I think that we're not going to go to the other extreme. It feels as if that we're going to be a lot more civilized in our approach, and I like that. It feels a lot more bouncy, if you get me. I don't think it's going to be as bad as kind of like the Victorian era, just putting up smokestacks and just like obliterating. I don't feel that. It doesn't feel like that at all. It feels a lot more of a balanced, kind of chilled out, less stressed energy, kind of libation. Once again, kind of, we've spoken about this before, focusing on rituals a little bit. So a ritual is things like prayer before eating food, or journaling, or meditation, or going for a walk in nature to kind of, without your phone on, phone on silent kind of thing. So you can connect with nature and stuff. It's that kind of energy, finding ritual. Yeah. Investing in each other, investing in what you actually want to do over here, kind of this new balanced approach. Fright, yeah, on the 9 of Wands. There is a lot to answer for, and they will be held accountable for this, mainly for the deaths of all, like, what was it? The last time I saw, there was like 90 or 100 deaths in Spain, Spanish floods. It must be more than that surely now, but as I record this, but I don't know I'm not news. I don't know if you know this, I'm not news. And then homeless here, failing at this. So this whole kind of rigmarole is falling apart, collaborating. Didn't I just say we need to work together, get our, what our specialists things are, and work together, collaborating, underlying energy. Blessing. This is a blessing. This is it. This is the change. This is the blessing. This is the new way of doing things. This is the new approach. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So once again, if you enjoyed this, please thumb me like. That'd be gorgeous. If you've got a suggestion for future readings and that kind of stuff, please put them down in your in the comments down below. And of course, subscribe if you really enjoyed this, and ding-a-ling the bell for notifications. But until next time, where we do this crazy shenanigans all over again, take care. Look after yourself. Be well. And thank you for your company. I'll speak to you soon. See you later. Ta-ra.